Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you all again. This time we'll be discussing the concrete tomb logic. Patricia McGlone. Concrete is the ultimate silence. It doesn't scream, it doesn't decay, and for over half a century, it was the only thing keeping the secret of 301 West and 46th Street. In February 2003, construction workers in Hell's Kitchen broke through a slab in the basement furnace room. They weren't looking for a body, they were looking to modernize a building. What they found instead was a mechanical grave. A young girl, hog-tied with pantyhose and electrical cords wrapped in carpet and encased in a solid block of cement. For 21 years, she was known only as Midtown Jane Doe. But in 2024, the 71 LPD system of genetic genealogy gave back her name, Patricia Caitlin McGlone. Today, in April 2026, we aren't just telling her story, we're auditing the physics of concealment. Again, we are auditing the physics of concealment. We are going to look at why she was buried there, who had the keys to that basement, and the logical footprint of the man who thought he could weld time shut. Component 1. The 1969 dime and the calibration of time. When investigators first pulled Patricia from the concrete, they found the dime dated 1969 and a watch that had stopped PAD. In forensics, this is called temporal calibration. It gives us the exact window of the crime. At the time, 301 West Street was home to Steve Paul's The Scene, a legendary nightclub where Jimi Hendrix and the Doors played. It was a hub of noise, music, and chaos. But beneath the feet of the rock stars, in the dark silence of the basement, a 16-year-old girl was being erased. The logic of this is a high access to hog-tie a victim with electrical cords and pour a concrete slab into a furnace room requires two things. Again, two things. Time and passion. Yes, time and passion. You see, you don't do this as a stranger passing through. You do this because you own the space or you live in it. Component 2. The 71 LPD audit of the husband suspect. Let's apply the 71 LPD to the most recent 2026 developments. Records have identified a man named Donald Grant. In 1969, he was 32 years old, twice Patricia's age. He was a musician, and importantly, he was her husband. Marriage records show they lived at the exact address where her remains were discovered. This is the logic of proximity. In 1969, Patricia vanished. No missing persons report was filed. No search was conducted. Her family in Brooklyn was told she ran away. But look at the data. Donald Grant was listed at the address in 1969. In 1970, he was gone. He didn't just move, he purged his logical footprint. Into a 71 LPD auditor, a sudden relocation following a disappearance is a negative verification signal. He wasn't running from the law, he was running from the concrete. Component 3, the 9/11 connection, the genetic bridge. The breakthrough that identified Patricia in 2024 was a black swan event in itself. Investigators used DNA from a victim of the 9/11 terrorist attack to build the family tree that led to Patricia. This is what I call intergenerational forensics. It proves that no matter how deep you pour the concrete, the biological data survives. And in April 2026, the NYPD is using the same genetic map to track the descendants of Donald Grant. You see, the varnish of his 50-year-old escape is peeling. When you are 16 and hogtied with electrical cords, the crime is violent and personal. It's the work of someone who wanted total control in both in life and in the afterlife of the basement. The concrete is cracking. Again, the concrete is cracking. Patricia McGlone waited 55 years for her name to be spoken. She is no longer a Jane Doe. She is a forensic reality. You see, the man who buried her thought that Hell's Kitchens in the 1960s was a place where people could simply evaporate. He didn't account for the fact that in 2026, we can audit the very atoms of his crime. Donald Grant thought he was a musician. We are proving he was a grave maker. If you appreciate the mechanical logic of these cold case audits, you are part of the 71 case file. I'm near the end of my criminal investigations class. My name is Mark Lloyd. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to you joining me the next time on this journey. Please continue applying the logic and much more to solving cold cases, unsolved mysteries, and much more. See you all next time.